page 2, where it says facts, they could not get this, they could not understand the facts. They got hung up on how many people by dollars, and since we're not recommending any income, I think we should take it out and just say how many people 65 and over plus disabled could qualify.
I agree, because that's very confusing.
And just a number.
They spent so much time on it, we couldn't get them
We
off
did,
of it.
I think we spent at least an hour, would you say, Sylvia?
Trying to get them off of
At
it,
least an hour.
and,
And it was confusing because
Yeah.
of how the data is reported.
Mhm.
Ed Lavernovich sat down with us.
Because Mark explained this, and I didn't absorb it, and then I felt I
It's
couldn't ask
difficult.
another question.
It's
Mm.
difficult.
so what they were really interested in was, based on the 2010 census, how many seniors and how many disabled could qualify. And they were adding up all these numbers, and they were coming out with 6,000 people, I think I wrote down, the census is 4,370, or
Okay,
it's
but they-
3,700,
4,500, they said.
something like that.
There's just a subsection of this, though, that are property owners.
But you have to take out the renters of 790. So I think we just have to come up with a better number, whatever, I'm not sure whether the number was 3,710, when you take out the 790. But it doesn't include, it didn't include the disabled in
Right.
this one, so we have to add the disabled. Okay. They had no problem with our research, you know, we talked about income qualifying and who was managing the program, but now we just said we're taking out Brookfield.
Right.
We deleted Brookfield from that.
Mhm.
Okay, the second page,
So that's what we wanna do, we want to take out the little table here and
and just
replace
put
it
in how
with,
many people would qualify, how many
Yes.
seniors plus disabled would qualify.
do we have those numbers?
Looking at-
Oh, great, okay.
And that's all they were really interested in, and also the cap, we'll talk about the cap.
Cap, 1099.
Yeah, that one, that also came up. You have the answer to that?
We have decided that the town is going to solicit, and pay for a legal opinion from the Internal Revenue Service. Much like the report that Internal Revenue Service, provided in this memo. I think everybody had a copy of
Yeah.
this memo. So this is a third-party tax relief program. So, just to refresh everyone's memory, the conversation was whether or not this program was gonna require a 1099, and if that was the case, then does the other tax relief program, and that is income qualifying, does that need a 1099? And does the volunteer firefighter need a 1099? So, they felt that since they were, going to solicit an opinion, we would get an opinion on all of the tax programs. That's item number one, and number two, this tax credit for the 2015 meters is only $300. So it would not be necessary to issue a 1099.
Anything under
for this-
600.
For the 2016 tax credit, it would really fall to the 2017 credit,
Oh, okay.
once it gets to the $600. So we will obviously have formed opinion, a legal opinion well
By that
before
time.
then. Right.
Right, and we can't offer any tax advice to people receiving it anyway.
Right.
We just need to know if we need to issue a 1099.
Exactly correct.
Okay, so I'm on page 3 of 4.
Mhm.
So Lynn's looking up the numbers of how many people. Where it says limit volunteer opportunities under recommendation number 1.
Mhm.
They want to take out, they want to just leave it to limit volunteer opportunities for town departments and everything. And then we should also, they would okay Humble Day.
Huh.
Which is
And-
part of the Trumbull Department, isn't it? Trumbull Day is.
Is that into recreation?
I don't think it is yet.
I don't think it is yet.
I thought that had
We're
its own
hoping-
501c3.
We're hoping that, it is not a 501c3.
It's not?
How is it organized?
No, it is organized by the, currently it is organized by the Trumbull Day Commission. There is a commission.
Sponsored put
Yes.
together by the town.
Yes.
And so the bills
so
are paid for
And
by the
it's-
town,
I
then?
mean, there is, well, yes, it
Okay.
will be for the 2015 event because the town has budgeted a specific amount for fireworks.
Mhm.
So,
But all the other money that flows through it, flows through the town, it doesn't flow through a separate account?
it is a separate,
It's a special agency.
it's a
account,
special
isn't it?
agency
Okay,
account.
all right, but still, it's owned by the town, the account.
So should we leave that in, or if you don't really need it then? Just leave it as town department,
Well, we take out town-related 501C.
and town-sponsored events, leave it, they wanted that out too.
Who wanted it out? The
Finance,
Board of Finance?
and leave in excluding BOE.
What are we taking out, town
Well,
related?
BOE is not really a town department.
Town-sponsored events, town-related 501c.
Take out town-related,
So we're getting rid of town-sponsored, town-related 501c, and excluding BOE.
No, we leave excluding BOE. Town department excluding BOE.
Okay,
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
think the BOE was actually a town department.
What of that?
Yeah,
Well, we pay local taxes for them.
right, but,
yeah.
okay.
And the
So
only
leave it
other
excluding
change.
BOE.
Take out town-sponsored events?
Yeah, town-sponsored event.
You want
town-
that out too?
That's what they said, town-sponsored events and town-related 501c.
Alicia, do you wanna, I have this, draft of the May 8th up here, do you wanna make these changes while we're talking about this, or do you want me to make them? Okay.
And
So now that I have the document open, I'm sorry, what?
Hmm.
And then, recommendation number 1, limit volunteer opportunity. Are we talking about, you're gonna put the numbers in?
To town
How many
department.
people?
Yeah, no,
Including
no, I am
Yeah.
working directly on the draft letter to go to Board of Finance for
Okay.
next week's meeting.
Let's go back
So
to that
any
page.
changes that you wanna make to the draft two report should be made here.
All right, page 2 again.
Okay. I think the motion and vote was made to eliminate the data that was at Brookfield.
Yep.
We're gonna delete that.
And then the facts.
Up on facts.
Okay,
We're gonna delete that table of facts.
okay,
So is our census data 2010?
yes.
Okay, so we know how many people, the 2000, the sentence was the 2010 census data shows that, how many seniors?
4,500 seniors?
But we have to take out renters.
Oh, okay.
So, I can't even subtract. I
Is it-
can't
Well,
even figure that
you know,
out.
here's the part of the problem though. I spoke with Ed Lavernovich since then. The difference between the two data reports was one, we looked at income, which gave us one number. Then we looked at the number of households that own their homes. If we were to strictly go with homeowners, the ones that own their homes, it would be 3710. However, there are also seniors that live here who live with other family members. So the two numbers did not jive.
Mhm.
So we are officially between 3710 and 4500.
Okay.
That is the number.
Including
There's
living
a
at home.
3710 and 4,500, so it would be, the census data shows there are 3,710 to 4,500 seniors ages who would be eligible. Maybe you can put in
Or
a.
potentially eligible. because you
Potentially
can't-
eligible,
you
yeah.
Can't really verify that they are homeowners. at this
Homeowners.
point.
Okay, so
Or
we
taxpayers.
are.
Where do you put, where do you
We are-
put disabled?
Do you know how many disabled we have? That came up somewhere.
We did
had
have
a-
that
we had
from
a number
Mark.
for that. Yeah.
And, data. 57,
57 disabled,
57.
that's any age, right? disabled
Well,
can be,
currently 57 take advantage of the tax credit.
okay.
We don't know how many disabled persons are out there, but
Okay.
57, I mean, obviously, there's no way for us to know that.
Yeah.
So 57 currently take advantage of that. So we took the
So we took-
base rate of 37.10. Then we added to it the disabled persons, and then rounded up to 4,500 to include, any.
So you're going, it's going to read, the census data shows that 4,500 seniors and disabled.
And disabled.
Are
So
we
it'd
gonna
be-
put are we gonna put the range, 3710 to 4500 seniors?
That's what I would.
37.10?
Yeah.
I would-
Is this the
37.10.
2010 census?
Yes.
So
But we
should-
don't have the disabled.
In 2010?
No, we wouldn't have disabled, that's not part of the census.
But the 4,500 seniors, that would cover them.
Right.
In
That would
numbers.
include them.
That would be a number,
Right.
so including disabled, you could put in something like that
And
to
then
address it.
In the 4,500, we also expanded beyond the age of 85. If you recall, we were originally talking about between 65 and 85.
Mhm.
We couldn't exclude anyone that was over 85, so we were trying to come up with a rough number, so now we've included 65 and over.
Yeah,
The
okay.
disabled.
That's what it says here.
Okay.
Ages of 65 plus would be eligible.
Yeah.
Would be, oh, you wanna say potentially eligible?
No,
Why-
put
why-
eligible,
why-
eligible is,
Yeah,
I think.
because, this
Yeah.
tax assessor will say whether, wherever
Right.
this person is, will say whether they qualify.
Yeah.
But they could still be eligible.
Okay, so
So
the
the-
number is 3710 to 4,500.
Including disabled. Is that what we're writing?
Seniors, age 65 and disabled. And
Well-
the disabled and
Just one thing, the 57 disabled does not come out of the census data.
Right.
So I
No, it
think-
does not.
I think we can't say that the 4500
Covers
covers
that.
disabled, I think.
but
we
it
need to
does,
keep
she
them
allowed
separate.
for it.
But
We
it-
rounded
but
it up, so
we
you wanna,
round-
you
but
wanna
it's-
break it out of the 4,500?
I wouldn't, because then we're implying that the 57 disabled come from the census data and they don't.
I think we
Okay.
should separate it, because
Yeah.
someone's gonna ask us how many,
Right.
All right,
and then they're
so
hung up on it.
shall we reduce it to, do you wanna reduce it to 40,
Whatever the number is.
44, 50? I don't have the calculator.
On the phone.
Will 50 enough? If we're rounding? These people show up at the
You
town
don't
hall,
need-
we're gonna need a police protection.
What's that?
Our children were 45.
There's enough parking out there.
We can say 4,400. Shall we round it down to
Okay.
44?
Okay, then let's say approximately,
Yeah.
Yeah.
approximately 3700 to
It has to be
4400.
approximate, because the census data is not exact. It's
Right.
just, you know, for us to be able to provide.
Right, and then we'll have a separate sentence for the
Okay,
57
seniors.
disabled and the source of that.
65 plus, and potentially 57 disabled persons?
But there may be more, why do we have to put a number on it?
It's just data. And then,
Well, I can include a parenthesis here that says 57 currently.
and the 57 disabled, we don't know their ages, we don't know if they're,
Right.
Well, if they're
It doesn't
disabled, it's
matter.
not age limited.
right,
Age
so
restricted, yeah.
some of them could be in the 3700 to 4400.
They could be, then, I think that's how we revisited it.
That's what we said
several
before.
times. I think we just said 45.
Do you want to get the word
4,500.
census, because they weren't in the census?
The census data the census data shows that 3710 and 4,400 seniors aged 65 and over, and potentially, okay, I'll put a comma here, and potentially 57 disabled persons would be eligible to earn property tax credit.
As long as the sentence doesn't imply that the 57 disabled number comes from the census data.
Okay, now,
You have the proposed tax credit, you don't have a dollar amount in it? This one says 600.
Yeah.
That's not right then, is it? Because we're talking about the first 6 months.
Where are you now?
Same
go, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just take out the dollar amount.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then don't put in the proposed tax credit?
Yeah.
And then at the end of that, we're not
Earn
gonna
the
put it,
proposed tax credit,
period.
okay, we're taking out the dollar amount.
Mm-hmm.
And then take out, there were no income qualifying restrictions.
Now, well, at some
No,
point,
that's true. If there were no income
That is
qualifiers.
accurate though, because right now we're looking at total numbers of seniors, not that, we're not looking at income qualifying.
Okay, so we,
So
Leave that
that's
sentence
if
in.
there were no income qualifying restrictions.
And one more piece of data that would be good to have in there is how many seniors currently take advantage of the existing tax credit.
Well, the current tax credit is income based.
But still, I would propose that not that many people beyond the income limit are going to take advantage of the program. I mean, maybe isolated people here and there that have very specific skills that the town might be soliciting for help. But I don't think you're gonna get that many, because this 3,700 to 4,500 is a very scary number. And we were afraid of it initially until we started looking at the other towns and what kind of participation they're getting. And the number of people that are participating right now in the tax credit was not that high. It was,
now it is under $1 million impact on the budget.
in number of people, how many is it?
In 2014, there were 980.
980. That's maybe much less.
They get the tax
scary number.
credit that are currently,
Yeah, on the income qualifying tax credit.
can our proposal, can people get both tax credits?
Yes.
Yes, as long as it doesn't.
It doesn't exceed
Goes to 75.
Yeah, we have that in here, doesn't exceed that number.
So
I think what we have to do is, at some point, we have to spell out that in order to get the tax credit, you must complete 50 hours within that time.
I thought we did
Yeah.
say that.
We have that somewhere.
It's
Further down in
Yeah, we
the,
do.
further down in the report.
Somewhere, yeah.
Okay, so,
But I think in our flyers, that should be.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
are we gonna put in the household that now gets the credit?
I would like to do the 980,
Currently 980 participate in the tax credit program.
in the existing senior tax credit program.
If I may, that's a reference to the income qualifying program. So we
Right.
just deleted data that was a reference to income qualifying.
Right, and, you can say that that is an income qualifying program, but I would still say that people beyond the income qualification, we're gonna have minimal participation.
I don't know if it belongs here with the fact,
Yeah,
though.
I don't think,
That's sort of it.
it was not pertinent to this issue.
Well, it's, I mean, if I were looking at this in my head, I see, okay, let me throw away the 4,500, let me look at this 3710. 3710, if we even got 5%, which is a low percentage, that's 150 people.
That's why we have a cutoff.
Right, that's why we have a cutoff, but turning people away would be somewhat disastrous. If you look at 980, 5% of 980, which I think. that's-
45.
That is an ideal number. It's a much less scary number than 3710.
I don't think people are worried about that, because when we talked about participation in the other 3 towns, it's so low.
And I still, right, I agree, and I still have trouble understanding why they're so
Well,
low.
we're gonna talk,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about that.
Well, plus the fact that we placed a cap on it. I mean,
Right.
to going back to our discussions, probably like, I think once we got these numbers and explained the census data to us, I think, we were all a little alarmed at, having such huge numbers, so therefore then, the first selectman suggested putting a cap on it,
Right.
so that we knew we weren't gonna, end up with this program that was gonna cost us, 55 or upwards of,
But it-
$50,000.
And the concern though is turning people away.
Yeah.
And turning
being the Board of Finance.
Plus the fact that we added language further down at the end of each one of the recommendations, the last bullet point. It says, reassessment of the program is regularly each year.
Yeah.
Council should use its discretion to expand or discontinue program at any time.
What is the downside of incorporating in the facts, saying that there are 980 seniors taking advantage of the current income qualifying plan?
Because up to this point, we're not talking about an income qualifying plan.
Right.
This is a non-income qualifying.
The bit of data that it does give us is at least a
Now, it's not
section,
number.
it's 3710 to 4500. Not all of them can participate, because not all of them are homeowners, not all of them are paying taxes.
Mhm.
This range is very, very deceptive. It's way too high. And the only way to kind of draw it down a little bit, since we don't have data, to say, this is the number that are truly qualified because they meet the age restriction and they are currently paying property taxes. The only indication that we have of that subset of people that are paying property taxes, halfway decent, that are in that age range, are the people participating in the existing program. That's the only way that we can come up with a somewhat reasonable number. I would say the actual number is probably somewhere between 980 and the 3710.
But the the 980 applicants, those folks are strictly income qualifying.
Correct.
It doesn't necessarily mean that they would volunteer or not volunteer.
Correct, but it is a better, it is an additional indicator of the pool of people that might be doing it. I would say it would be
I
probably
don't
not.
agree with that. All you're saying is those people qualify for a tax credit. It doesn't mean it's the
That's
same
any
pool.
age, right? That's any age.
It's a good
The
percentage of the pool.
980 is any age.
Any age. That
That's not
980.
just,
90, I thought the 980 was 65 and up.
No, they
No.
don't qualify.
That's income qualifying.
No, it's 65 and up.
that is the
Yes,
senior
you have to,
program,
yes, you
65.
have to be 65 and up to
Right.
qualify for those programs.
Okay,
Oh, you do?
So, right, exactly, so two key factors, they are in our age range, and they are taking the tax credit.
And
If
you
you
want
wanna
this
put-
in because you fear that the larger number will cancel out the program?
I think that my concern is turning people away, and a pool of even 3,700 or 2,000 people is a huge pool, and and 50 is, the flea punching the elephant.
Okay, let's come up with a sentence about the 980. We're going to say currently 980 senior, right? We're talking senior, participate in tax credit program.
Existing income
But
qualifying
that
tax.
is based on income
Exactly.
qualifying tax program.
Exactly.
You would start that sentence out in facts and then put in the census after it?
Yeah.
We'll put it in
I don't know.
after.
So that would be the first bullet. Currently, we have a current program running in town which addresses that, but that's
Do you
what
want-
the rest.
What you looking for?
I am looking for a copy of the current program, from March.
From March?
Yeah, it's the one that actually has the outline of the town's current program. It's so much paper, okay. So then here's this one. And then if you want to take that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I have it.
Yeah, that's just firefighters. Let's look into that one.
What are we looking for?
We are looking for
Something
a
about
copy of the current. So it is called the Senior Citizen and Disabled Persons Tax Relief Book. Okay, that is the title of it according to the new code. So I
based on the most recent census data, would be the second bullet.
Okay, so
Yeah.
do you want the census data first and
No,
then the?
second.
Second.
One of the facts, and our current program,
Here it is.
2012, so now we've gone up from
980.
980, right. Okay, so you want it before the census data?
yes.
Lucky guess. Had too much to do.
Good point, Paul.
Thank you.
Because this one talks about the two programs. And one's a deferral, it's not a credit.
Right.
Authors being. Okay, so there were 980 applicants in 2014. All right, so that is bullet number 1. Okay, the town of Trumbull currently offers the senior citizen and disabled persons tax relief program. There were 980 applicants in 2014.
And the second one, and then based on the most recent data.
Correct, based on the most recent census data provided by ESRI, U.S. Census Bureau 2010, the profile for the Trumbull senior household population is as follows. Census data shows that between 3,710 and 4,400 seniors ages 65 and above, and potentially 57 disabled persons.
Sorry, the only thing about that is it's still implying that the
That's in
57
the
disabled
Or
persons.
included in the
are
census.
Right,
Maybe the second, another bullet,
Yeah.
57.
yeah.
Well, okay, so if we're doing that, why don't we put the disabled person's, statement up with the income qualifying program,
Fine.
the reference that we got to, okay.
Okay.
Well, 57, but the 57 are part of the
I was
980.
just thinking of that. I didn't want to make you feel self-conscious, though.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, then we just need to say that.
Just need to say 980.
Including 57.
No, we don't even have to say it, it's included.
But how do people know that?
But
It's
it-
the title of the program.
but it's the same program,
the
so.
program.
Oh, the name of the program. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
All right, so let's
Okay.
take, we're now removing that portion.
Okay.
Why would we have to say such a structure to have significant impact on the town?
Okay.
No, I know, but what do the color codes mean?
I think our point there was that we recognized the fact that if we did not put a cap on it and looked at potentially 4,000 persons, then it could have a significant impact. So I think we were just acknowledging that, gee, when we look at the numbers,
Then do you want to write that if no cap?
where are you?
Such a structure on where
The
factors,
last paragraph is
How
that.
does it have an impact on the town's budget?
like there was no dollar cap,
Participation cap?
Okay.
program cap.
Okay, how about if I add unless capital placed on program? recommendations. So has anything changed in the recommendation?
Or it said limit volunteer opportunities. You change that to just town department.
Excluding BOE.
Kept in excluding the.
Okay, so we're on bullet number 4, and it says limit volunteer opportunities to town departments, period.
And keep it excluding the.
Well, what about the town sponsored events?
I'm fine, and they take it out. And the town by a 501c.
The chairman recommended that some of it would be, and that they would be able to. Right.
Town department
But
and handle
but
that.
but I thought when we discussed that, and that was considered part of the town department, that it was Parks and Rec.
No, I
It's
said
wrong.
that.
No, that's not right.
Yeah, I don't know if
She
it
said
is.
it's a commission, and I,
But still, all the money and personnel are somehow controlled by the town. Well, you know what, we can recommend that town-sponsored events stay in.
Thanks again for
if
your
we wanna
help.
take that away.
all right.
So this is our recommendation.
Yeah, that's, I agree. I believe town sponsored events and
And that would
including
include
BOE,
some of it.
yeah.
And
Is that what
would you like it to include, you know, Tina? That would be a similar kind of,
That's a 501c though.
it is.
It's not a town funded event.
I think
So you're suggesting removing
And
just
town,
put town departments and town
Town
sponsored
sponsored
events.
And get rid of
Excluding
town,
BOE.
and get rid of town-related 501c.
Right.
limit volunteer opportunities to town departments and town sponsored events,
Right.
including BOE.
right,
Right.
right, okay.
All right, so that thing, we're making that same change,
On the application process, down there, under placement.
okay,
Same recommendation to 2. Same change.
Right.
Oh, not the two.
Not the
The
two.
two is expanding to all the other,
2 is.
Oh, that's the whole year.
9,
That's
yeah.
right.
what we're
I'm sorry.
expanding it into.
And
Okay.
then we would change to the application process.
Yeah, that's what we're changing.
And we are changing, okay,
Third bullet.
all right, so this is proposed placements.
Mhm.
Proposed placements is based on the skills and interests of the applicant,
Comma, and their ability,
and their ability to perform all duties and responsibilities of the placement.
yeah.
Is that correct?
Mhm.
All right, and we make that same change, in the bottom one?
Right.
And number 2. Copy. Okay, is there anything else that changes in recommendation number 1 or 2?
So, and nothing on page 4.
I have a note that, finance only wants to recommend the pilot, is that right? Or you wanna go ahead and recommend both?
Well, I thought we were gonna recommend both and then evaluate after the pilot.
Yeah.
I think
But
that's
at
why we
least that
took out
legislation
pilot,
for both.
because, and then we expanded on,
Made it a 1 and a 2.
to reassess
and
the
2,
program and
Right.
town council should.
And then, finance said for the town council meeting, we should bring a list of opportunities.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's gonna be the hard part.
So, according to the department heads, they were bursting at the seams
That's
with,
with opportunity. I only know one department head.
with that.
Oh, dear. Cincinnati way.